So another safety thing is we're using the tongs, but don't, the test tubes look exactly the same if they're hot or cold. So glass doesn't really change in appearance. So you'll want to let these cool for a while once we're done. Right, so solid is forming on the test tube. And we might still have a little bit of solid. We'll get the parts that water condensed on the sides. Just run it through a few more times and we'll move on to the next one. Right, so this is our fourth test tube. So remove it once it vigorously boils. Right, so solid is starting to form on the test tube, but we still have quite a bit of liquid to evaporate. So we'll heat the sides of the tube where water is condensing. And just run it through a few more times to be sure that we've evaporated all the liquid. Alright, so now we'll let our test tubes sit for a little while so that we can be sure that they are not hot anymore. We'll close this and we will turn off the gas. And then we'll disconnect our Bunsen burner. So step 7 was to be mindful of the water that condensed at the top of the tube. So we did that. And then 8 is test the dryness of the sodium chloride by removing the test tube from the flame and inverting a clean, dry tube over its mouth. If condensation occurs in the cool test tube, then the sample needs to be heated longer. All right, so we'll do that really fast. Yeah, I'm not seeing any condensation. And then it says wait 5 minutes after heating your last test tube to allow them to cool. So now we'll go back to the equipment room and weigh our test tubes again with our dry sodium chloride um, inside the test tubes. Alright, so our test tubes have cooled, and now we're ready to weigh the test tubes that have our dry sodium chloride in them. So the scale is still tiered, and we'll weigh test tube number 1. Alright, so it's stable, so record the mass of test tube number 1. Alright, so now we're at test tube number 2. Alright, it's stable, so record the mass of test tube number 2. And this is test tube number 3. Alright, so record the mass of test tube number 3. And this is test tube number 4. Alright, it's stable, so record the mass of test tube number 4. Alright, so step 12 is wash the test tube in the sink, making sure that the boiling chips do not go down the drain. And then we are done. Alright, so to wash your test tubes, you'll use a test tube brush, and you'll scrub them and then rinse them. And you'll want to scrub the outsides where you wrote the numbers as well. And then you put them back upside down so that they will dry. Oh, and I got soap all over them, so I'll rinse them again. And then you would just leave that on your student bench, and then before you leave, double check that you closed the gas valve and you put away anything that you took from the instructor bench, put away anything that you took from your student drawers, and then wipe down your student bench, and then you're done. I hope you enjoyed this.